Now everything that was in my way is gone, and everyone else still believes in me. It's only a matter of time before I get rid of the police. What do you think of that, Elle? This is my perfect victory! That's right! I win!
Welcome to my first video. I was scrolling through Reddit earlier and I found this post, and it's asking, did Nier use the death note to defeat Light? And it's explaining why they think why they think he used it. I'm gonna read what they put, and then I'm gonna read one of the comments that's pretty long. So the original guy that wrote the question, he said, at the end of the original Death Note anime, when Light is cornered in an abandoned warehouse, Nier explains to Light that they have replaced Mikami's Death Note with a fake, meaning Nier had the original one. What if Nier used the note to completely destroy the chances of Light's success? When Light called Mikami into the building, Nier doesn't seem surprised. Later, when Light is confronted by the fact that he was using a fake death note, Mikami committed suicide and allowing Light to escape. Mikami's death looks a little extreme because the blood was gushing out. After Ryuk wrote down Light's name, Misa also commits suicide by jumping off of a building. The moments before that, you can see that she was controlled by something, not showing any emotions like she's being controlled by something. I don't think there was any way she could have known at that moment that Light had died. It all seems staged, like it's been thought through. What do you guys think? Is this theory too much or far-fetched? Thanks for reading. Personally, I think that it's a good theory, reasonable. He's explaining all the facts and stuff, I'm gonna read one of the comments that goes really into it with the manga, I think is what he's explaining it through. This theory is far more supported in manga, and I personally love it. In manga, Mikami doesn't die in the warehouse. He dies about 10 days later while in captivity by going crazy, quote unquote. Matsuda says in the last chapter, Nier definitely killed Mikami. Mikami went crazy in jail 10 days later, and then continues to explain his theory, and also says he thinks Nier wrote something like, Teru Mikami brings the notebook down to the yellow box warehouse at 1:30 p.m. January 28th, with no doubts about the death note being real nor testing it to find out if it is so, and goes crazy and dies 10 days later. He continues saying that the moment Nier found out that the 13th rule and the rule about everybody dying if the death note is burnt weren't true, he burned the notebook on the spot. He was destroying evidence that he wrote about Mikami's name. While nobody takes Matsuda seriously, not in the Death Note universe, not outside of it, the existence of this dialogue means the authors did think of it. Mikami is meant to be a very composed person and a very intelligent one. In the warehouse, he was acting out of character, even more so in the manga, calling Light, who is a representation of God to him, a trash, despite Mikami being very loyal and fanatical in his admiration for this God. Mikami was acting weird even before Light's loss was confirmed. He arrives to the warehouse already looking completely bonkers. If his actions were controlled by Nier, a lot of lapses in Mikami's character and judgment could be explained, but not only. It's also consistent with Nier's personality and character development. Nier underestimates Light and Mikami nearly the whole investigation. He thinks Light is an idiot, and no wonder after the mess with the police superintendent, losing the death note to Mello, etc. Light also says, Nier, I only pretend to be brainless. He is well aware of how Nier views him and uses that against him. Nier thinks that he's got this and doesn't catch on to Light's plan until Mello kidnaps Takeda and inadvertently reveals the reality of the second real notebook. Nier got his lesson and he nearly got himself and his team killed. He realizes how much he has played into Light's cards because the entire Light's plan was to lure Nier into this fake feeling of confidence slash security, and that is what happened. He realizes he was being strung along. Had Mello not done the Mello things, aka kidnapping, this would have gone poorly. Nier knows that only with Mello he can be on the same level and surpass Cell, and now Mello is dead. So after this evidence, would Nier just say whatever and not come up with something 100% foolproof? I'd say he was done underestimating them. This first question he asked Ryuk is whether people will die even if the page is torn out of Death Note, so clearly he thought of it. Would he just leave it up to the chance that maybe Mikami does own a piece of paper of his own? That maybe he took one when he was in the bank the second time? Personally, I doubt it, especially after he almost died and more like he was going to die, because he underestimated him. He wasn't going to do that again. Misa in manga dies much later, so this does not have anything to do with it. It's just one of many things anime took the liberty to change and never elaborated on it properly.
Well, Light, it looks like you've lost. Remember how, in the beginning, when we first met, I told you that I'd be the one writing your name in my notebook? That is part of the agreement between a Shinigami who brings a notebook to the human world and the first human who picks it up. If they put you in prison, who knows when you die? And I don't want to lie around waiting. So, it's all over. You'll die here. It was good while it lasted. We eased each other's boredom for quite a while. Well, Light, it's been interesting.